मान की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. बंद कर दो फैन, आवाज आएगा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Which verse? Huh? 117. बहुत जोर से हो रहा है बारिश है। कैसा रिक्शा में आया आप? Yeah, parking not allowed, eh? So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 7th chapter, text number 20. Ata usparsha salilam sandade tat samahitaha ajananapi samharam प्राणकृच्छ्रा उपस्थिते अतोपस्पर्श सलिलं संददे तत्समाहितः अजानन्नपि संहारं प्राणकृच्छ्रा उपस्थिते अतपस्पर्श सलिलं संददे तत्समाहिताः अजाननपि संहारं प्राणकृच्छ्रा उपस्थिते
अतोपस्पृश्य सलिलं संददे तत्समाहितः अजानन् अपि संहारं प्राणकृच्छ्र उपस्थिते
अतोस्पृश्य सलिलं संददे तत्समाहितम् अजाननम् अपि संहारं प्राणकृच्छ्र उपस्थिते
संददे तत्समाहितः
Sandade Tatsamahita Ajananapi Samharam Pranakricha Upasthite Atopasthasalilam Sandade Tatsamahita Ajananapi Samharam Pranakricha Upasthite.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. Since his life was in danger, he touched water in sanctity and concentrated upon the chanting of the hymns for throwing nuclear weapons, although he did not know how to withdraw such weapons. The subtle forms of material activities are finer than grosser methods of material manipulation. Such subtle forms of material activities are affected through purification of sound. The same method is adopted here by chanting hymns to act as nuclear weapons. Tata pradushkrutam tejaha prachandam sarvatodisham prana padam abhipreksha Vishnum Jishnur Uvachaha. Thereupon a glaring light spread in all directions. It was so fierce that Arjuna thought his own life in danger, and so he began to address Lord Shri Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha Krishna Krishna Mahabaho Bhaktanam Abhayankara Tvameko Dahyamananam Apavargoshi Samsmrute. O my Lord Shri Krishna, you are the Almighty Personality of Godhead. There is no limit to your different energies. Therefore, only you are competent to install fearlessness in the hearts of your devotees. Everyone in the flames of material miseries can find the path of liberation in you only. You can open the doors. थोड़ा cross ventilation होगा. दोनों ओपन कर लो. Arjuna was aware of the transcendental qualities of Lord Shri Krishna as he had already experienced them during the Kurukshetra war, in which both of them were present. Therefore, Arjuna's version of Lord Krishna is authoritative. Krishna is almighty and is especially the cause of fearlessness for the devotees. A devotee of the Lord is always fearless because of the protection given by the Lord. Material existence is something like a blazing fire in the forest, which can be extinguished by the mercy of the Lord Shri Krishna. The spiritual master is the mercy representative of the Lord. Therefore, a person burning in the flames of material existence may receive the rains of mercy of the Lord through the transparent medium of the self-realized spiritual master. The spiritual master, by his words, can penetrate into the heart of the suffering person and inject knowledge transcendental, which alone can extinguish the fire of material existence. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Madhyam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Sadvaitam Sarvaitam Harijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming in spite of heavy rain. I hope you all enjoyed Rath Yatra. Huh? You danced or not? Huh? This time I walked so much. I walked from City Mall to Char Bangla. And then in between I did Kirtan also for a long time. It was nice, Rath Yatra. Lot of people were there. Last Sunday, we went to, they invited me for Andheri Rath Yatra. First time, they did Rath Yatra for first time, Andheri East, Shere Punjab. There also it was very nice. Anyway, Bhaktanam Abhayankara. Krishna is known as Bhaktanam Abhayankara. क्या हो गया महारानी को? हाँ? मसाज करना पड़ता है। भगवान अपि विश्वात्मा भक्तानाम अभयंकर सा विशेष अंश भागेन मन आनक दुंदुबे. There is this verse from 10th canto Bhagavatam, second chapter. So very beautiful verse. So the same way here also it is mentioned Abhayankara. So always remember, Krishna gives fearlessness to his devotees only. He is known as Bhaktanam Abhayankara. For non-devotees and atheistic people, he doesn't award the fearlessness. Fearlessness is the greatest benediction we can get from anybody, especially from Krishna. Right? How many of you are free from fear? Huh? We are all fearful, right? अरे खुला रखो, बंद करे. हाँ, आवाज आ रहा है. ठीक है, बंद कर देना. एसी खराब है आज. Like I mentioned, while coming from US, I was reading in the airplane, very beautiful chapter, Kardama Muni's pastimes. So in that chapter, I will narrate two pastimes. How Krishna. Okay, first I will narrate Krishna's pastime. Yesterday only I was reading 10 kind of Krishna book. Very beautiful. So many times I have read, but this time I made a note. Means it entered my head. Um, so Krishna was going. That day Krishna told. That day Balram was not there. So Krishna told, "Let us go early, picnic." So they packed their lunch boxes and everything, and then Ittam Satam Brahma Sukhanubhutya Dasyam Gatanam Paradevatena Maya Shritanam Naradarakena Sakam Vijahru Krutapunya Punja. So this is a very beautiful verse. Ittam Satam Brahma Sukhanubhutya. Krishna is the one who gives Brahman impersonal liberation to Brahman impersonalists. Maya Shritanam Naradevatena. Maya Shritanam Paradevatena. For ordinary people in general, for devotees, he is Devata, Paradevata, Supreme Personality of Godhead, for devotees. Maya. Maya Shritana Naradarakena. For those who are bewildered by Maya, Krishna is the ordinary person. And Sakam Vijahu Krita Punya Punja. But for these Gopas, proper translated, after performing Punya in millions and millions of lifetimes, they are getting a chance to play with Krishna. Right? To play with Krishna. So that day they were playing with Krishna, and anyway, I don't like to describe the whole pastime, but there are three demons, right? Brothers and sister. Putana, Bakasura, and Aghasura. So the first demon to be killed by Krishna is Putana, right? And then this Bakasura, then Bakasura came, right? Bakasura demon represents, Damba means hypocrisy, right? Anyway, and then both of them, their brother was Aghasura. बैटरी चेंज करो, है बैटरी है? Aghasura, he was very, very angry that his sister and brother were killed by Krishna. Then he was waiting. Hear very carefully the point that I am going to make. Prabhupada writes, Aghasura, he was such a ferocious demon that he has developed mystic powers. Mystic powers. So much So there are 8 mystic powers. Out of them was Mahima. Mahima means you can expand your body very huge. Right? Very huge. Very huge. So he expanded his body so much, such huge, that his upper lip was touching the clouds. Right? If you go in an airplane, they give Swiss Airlines. If you switch on the TV, their monitor comes on the there. It comes, how much altitude, how many feet above, right? Some 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet, like that. It increases. So the Agasura's upper lip was touching the clouds. Touching the clouds, like that. Then the boys of friends of Krishna, they were discussing, who is this strange animal? It looks like some snake. It looks like he wants to swallow all of us. Then here I am making a point. Carefully, here listen carefully. The boys, they were not afraid of the huge snake. They were arguing among themselves. अरे आजकल भूल जाता हूँ. They were not afraid that huge snake. If you see a snake, you become afraid or not? Yes. Huh? How many of you don't become fearful when you see the snake? अपना जात वाले को देखा तो कुछ लोग डरेंगे नहीं, राइट? Once one husband was narrating a story. Today, my wife was forcing me to take milk. So she knows that I don't like milk, but still, again and again, she was forcing me to drink milk. So I refused. I was refusing. Then she gave me 500 rupees. Here, take milk. So I took 500 rupees and drank milk. Then I asked her, how come, today you are so much insisting? Then she told, today is Nag Panchami. So shocking. Anyway, otherwise, everybody is afraid of snakes, right? क्या हो रहा है? हाँ? वो वायर वाला किधर है? Then anyway, everybody is afraid of snakes, but boys of friends of Krishna, they were not afraid. Right? So they said, We are so many, how can he swallow all of us? Then they said, even if he swallows us, Krishna is there, na? Krishna will protect us. Don't worry. That's why they all went inside. Krishna was actually trying to stop them. Hey, don't go. He's a snake. Very dangerous, very dangerous. Like that. But Agasura did not swallow, all the boys, because he was waiting. When I kill Krishna, then I will offer Tilodakas to my brother and sister. So he was very, very vengeful towards Krishna. Then he was waiting for Krishna. Krishna entered Agasura's mouth. Huge, it is huge now, huge now. And then Krishna entered. Here, Prabhupada makes a very nice point. Makes a very nice point. Devatas, they were observing from the sky. Devatas were observing from the sky all these happenings. So Prabhupada writes, even though Devatas were drinking nectar every day, all of you know what is nectar? Amrita, right? It gives a long life. Even though they are consuming, माताजी को चेयर देना, कुछ लोग आप आगे आज बैठ जाओ, आप आगे आ जाओ. You want chair? Right? So Prabhupada is making this point. Even though demigods, every day they are eating nectar, but still they are afraid of Agasura. Right? Even though they were afraid of, even though they are drinking nectar every day, still they are afraid of Agasura. Then Prabhupada says, no matter what kind of material arrangements you make, it is very, very difficult to become free from fear of death. Right? So, medical scientists, they made so much progress. They are making jets and so many computers, latest everything. But have they made some arrangement that, you can become free from fear of becoming deceased? Because we are fearful, that's why we have to put that mask. Right? We have to put that mask and go around. Because we are fearful of catching virus, corona. Very dangerous, like that. We are fearful of so many things, we are like that. So they could not make any instrument, or any medicine. You just wear that instrument or put some tablet in your mouth, then you are free from fear. No, right? So what to speak of us, the materialistic scientists, even Devatas, even after they made such elaborate, effort of, churning the ocean, milk ocean, right? Churning the milk ocean. And then they made so much effort, Krishna had to help them, so much effort, so much fight, then they got the pot of, nectar. They are drinking nectar to become free from fear of death. But when they were thinking about Agasura, they became fearful. But the boys who have taken shelter of Krishna completely, they don't have an iota of fear. Right? So, best arrangement to become free from fear. What is that? Take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Uh, so they became fearful. Then they were shouting, "Alas, alas," because Krishna entered. Here, very beautiful thing happened. Then Krishna, he wanted to choke Krishna, but Krishna was expanding, expanding, expanding. Right? So what is the difference between this Leela and other Balya Leelas, you know? In Putana Leela, Trinavrata killing, Shakatasur killing, Krishna remained only a small boy. Because he did not expand himself to a huge, like, Putana is 12 miles long demon. A huge demon, yes, she is. But Krishna did not expand himself or anything. He just remained a small boy of maybe, बच्चा कितना लंबा होता है? हाँ, डॉक्टर? Even not even 1 foot, right? Huh? More than, yeah. So Krishna remained that only. हाँ, ये भी एक डॉक्टर है. So इतना ही रहे, right? इतना ही रहे. He remained like that only because he did not want to disturb the loving mood of the gopis and the gopas. You know, they loved Krishna like a boy only. So they didn't want, any disturbance in their mood of loving mood. But here, gopas are unconscious. They are almost dead. And the mother Yashoda and all, they were not there. That is why he became gigantic Krishna. Because, that Agasura is touching the sky. Touching the sky. Huge demon. He became huge demon. So, Krishna also expanded a huge Krishna. Like Vishwarupa. Because nobody was watching. And then he choked and then he killed. So this is the main point I want to make. Yesterday I noted it, while reading Krishna book, that no matter what kind of material arrangements you make, very difficult to become free from fear. How much money you want, to so that you can, you are not afraid. How much money you need to in the bank so that, you are not afraid. You never know, some cancer treatment or something, minimum 25 lakhs. Right? Heart operation, this and that, 15-20 lakhs, कुछ भी नहीं है. Right? कुछ भी नहीं है. Then sometimes, it goes into crores, there is one of my life members, donor actually, Kalash donor. He had a very peculiar type of cancer. Then after so much trouble, so much pain, they have diagnosed, that cancer. One injection comes from America, costing around 1 or 2 lakhs. Every 15 days or something, he has to take that injection. Then I said, he was narrating, how painful it is and all that. Then I said, मेरे जैसे लोग को आया तो मरना ही पड़ेगा. कौन देगा, already spent 1 crore. कोकिलाबेन में जाते जाते हमको आएगा तो वृंदावन जाके हरे राम हरे कृष्ण बोल. So you cannot make any material arrangement, so that you will become free from fear. But one arrangement, spiritual arrangement you can make. What is that? Taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. While going, actually by that time, of course, Air India crash did not happen. But while going, there was some problem in the, turbulence and all that. Turbulence and all. So people are very afraid. Oh, what will happen? What will happen? But I was not afraid. I was just chanting, nursing a prayer. Like that. So, that is why Prabhupada said, in order to become free from fear, take shelter of Lord Nishingade, Namaste Narsimhaya, Prahlad Ladadayine. Prabhupada said, inside Narsimha, outside Narsimha, morning, afternoon, and evening, you must chant Narsimha prayers. Right? Tasmat Rajo Raga Vishada Manyu Manas Purha Bhaya Udvega Adimulaha Hitva Griham Sansmriti Chakravalam Narsimha Charana Bhajate Akuto Bhayam. Prahlad Maharaj's prayers. Yesterday I was explaining Harivamsha Kshetra. So Prahlad Maharaj is always worshipping Lord Nishingadev. So in that, one of the prayers is, Tado Rajo Raga Vishada Manyu. Those people who have material ambitions, they were always affected by Manyu means anger. Rajo means mode of passion. Raga means raga means attachment. Tasmat, Vishada means this lamentation. Then Manas Pruha. Manas Pruha means those who are living in material world, they are always desiring respect. Right? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैरिजेस में होता है, हमको रेस्पेक्ट नहीं दिया है वो, मैरिजेस ब्रेक हो जाता है, कॉफ़ी नहीं पिलाया, isn't it? तेलुगु वाले बागा और बहुत मानसपुरहा, right? Bhaya, fear, udvega, anxiety. No. So this is a source of. So hitva griham sansmriti chakravalam. Give up the house and worship Lord Nishingadev. Narsimha bhajata. Narsimha pada bhajatam akuto bayam. In order to become free from all the fear, worship Lord Nishingadev. Why Lord Nishingadev? Who can tell? बोलो वैकुंठेश्वर माता जी, नरसिंह कथा सुना आपने? Why Lord Nishingadev? Because ready-made God. He is always present in each and every atom. Nrsimhadev. So Vishnu has to come from Vaikuntha, but Lord Nrsimhadev is already ready. Right. So that is one point. Abhayankara. It is not. You can experience, fearlessness even now, even in the stage of sadhana bhakti also. You can experience fearlessness when you become free from desire for sense enjoyment. When we have desire for sense enjoyment, there is always fear of losing, Isn't it? Suppose you are going steady with one guy or one girl, then you see her or him talking to someone else, then there is a fear, right? There is a fear, I will like that. And then there is a fear of losing money. There is fear of losing money, wealth, stock market, like that. So people are bothered by fear, and then Prabhupada writes, because of this fear, they don't get sleep. Then somebody asked Prabhupada, what it means to be on the highest level of consciousness. What did Prabhupada reply? So many times I told in my class. What it means to be on the level of highest consciousness. Prabhupada said, to become fearless. Right? To become fearless. Then Prabhupada said, Unless you become fearless, you cannot become joyful. Unless you become joyful, you cannot practice Krishna consciousness. Right? Moroseness. Right? In order to get then ragadvesha vimuktaistu vishayan indriyaischarana atmavashye vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Anybody knows this verse? Doctor, you know this verse? Where from it is? Yeah. Ragadvesha vimuktaistu. Boliye. Vishayan indriyaischarana atmavashye vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Please hear very carefully. You lead a life in such a way that you practice regulative principles of freedom. Atmavashya vidheyatma means what? Regulative principles of freedom. These 4 regulative principles are known as, Prabhupada gave a very beautiful word, regulative principles of freedom. Right? Previously, I was habituated to drinking coffee. Coffee. Right? Coffee. Coffee. We call it in Telugu. Tamil wale, they call coffee. Immediately, coffee. You know, my mother would get irritated. You know, we don't drink tea, in Andhra so much. Coffee. My mother would get irritated. Nah, I'm busy. And then there is a fight and coffee. अभी तो कॉफी किधर पीता है हम, राइट? कभी उसका घर में गया तो कॉफी चिकरी पिलाते हैं, otherwise there is no coffee, right? So now previously I was a slave of drinking coffee and tea, but now I am not. No, I am not. Is it not? You are all like that, right? You also don't drink tea and coffee, right? Otherwise, Karmi people, they cannot go to even toilet if they don't drink chai. Right? Chai.
They get headache if they don't.
Right? Chai, kidhar hai? Right? Krishna says, I am the tea, Where? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishta matta smutir jnanam apohanam chai. I am the tea, So anyway, then people are addicted to drinking alcohol and what to speak of, gambling, drugs. So much, they are, slaves of the bad habits, right? And their lives become destroyed because of these bad habits, being addicted to bad habits. But Prabhupada writes, that is where you get freedom. Is it not? You are all free, right? Do you feel santosh? You feel freedom? We are not addicted to any bad habits, right? Any bad habit, except prasadam. It's not a bad habit. It's a good habit, right? So we are not. So like that, then become free from raga and dvesha. Raga and dvesha means attachment and aversion. Something we like, we have attachment. Something we don't like, we want to get rid of. Aversion. We all have. Some people we like, we want to be with them. Some people we don't like, we have aversion. Phone pe block kar dena. We block their numbers, right? Because we don't want to hear his voice or her voice. Black. Number is blocked. Right? So we hate, we don't want, तुम्हारा शक्ल देखना नहीं चाहता हूँ. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना? शक्ल नहीं देखना. ऐसा. So we don't want to see their faces also. That is aversion. So you become free from raga and dvesha, and then lead a life where you are vishayan indriyashchan, become free from sense gratification, and follow regulative principles of freedom. Then Krishna says, prasadam adhigacchati. I am telling you how to become free from fear. It's not some it's in the air. Taking what it means to be taking shelter of Krishna. I told, right? By taking shelter of Krishna, you will become free from fear, right? How to take shelter of Krishna? This is become free from raga and dvesha, follow regulative principles of freedom. Then Krishna says, prasadam adhigacchati. Prasada means mercy. Right? Prasadam means mercy. Prasade sarva dukkhanam. So now we're coming. Prasade sarva dukkhanam. Hanir ashopajayate. Prasanna chetaso hi asu. Buddhir parivetishtate. Right? So when you receive my mercy, prasade sarva dukkhanam, you will become free from all dukkha. Right? Prasanna chetaso hi asu. Prasade sarvadukkanam hani rashyopajayate prasanna chetaso hi asu. Then you will become prasanna. Very happy. Then your intelligence is fixed. Nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavyata shanti ashantasya kuta sukham. Right? If your mind is not controlled, if your intelligence is not steady, how can you become peaceful? Without peace, how there can be happiness? Krishna is asking, rhetoric, Without peace, how there can be happiness? But how to get happiness?
By serving Krishna.
Huh? How to get happiness? Huh? Tell me. See, Bhagavad Gita means you understand the thread, Every verse is like thread. Nobody will explain to you all these things. So now you try to understand. Where I started with? Huh?
Fearless.
How to become fearless?
By surrendering.
Becoming happy. You have to become
happy.
Joyful. Right?
Giving up sense gratification.
Giving up sense gratification. Ragadvesha vimuktaestu vishayan indriyashcharan atmavashya vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. So if you control your senses, you give up your mind, raga and dvesha, you will receive the mercy of Krishna. When you receive the mercy of Krishna, you will become free from all dukkha. When you become free from threefold miseries, your intelligence is fixed. When your intelligence is fixed, mind is steady, you will become happy. So without steady intelligence, without controlled mind, how there can be happiness? Krishna is asking. So indriyana hai charatam yan manon vidhiyate tadasya harati prajna vayur navam ivambasa. Even if one sense is estranged, just like a boat in the water, when the water enters the boat, the boat sinks. Like that a man will sink. Even if one sense is estranged, eyes are there, ears are there, like that. Right? So it is, if you want to be happy, you must control your senses. If you control your senses, you will attract the mercy of Krishna. When you receive the mercy of Krishna, you will become happy. So before that, you will become fearless. So abhayankara. That is why Arjuna is
Fearless.
He is addressing Krishna, abhayankara. You give fearlessness to your devotees. Right? Kardama Muni. Now we'll come to Kardama Muni. So Kardama Muni, he was actually, he did tapasya for 10,000 years. Then he got darshan of Krishna. Right? Nowadays, what is the purpose of his worshipping Krishna? Prabhupada writes, the relation between man and woman, they are so complex. So complex. We don't know whom you will get, as your partner. उसमें मन में क्या है, क्या उसका, what is their karma, his karma, her karma, what it is going to be, you never know, like that. So Kardama Muni did not want to take chance. So he directly approached Krishna, I want a suitable girl. Can you imagine? Doing tapasya for 10,000 years to find a suitable girl? How important it is to find a suitable girl, Anyway, I will like that. But he's not an ordinary sage. You became perfect. He saw Krishna. Then Krishna gave him benediction that I know what is in your mind. Day after tomorrow, Swayambhu Manu, he will come with his daughter, Devahuti. She is suitable for you. Prabhupada says, Rakshas Pravritti, Deva Pravritti. Two kinds of people are there. So, according to astrology, you should find out the girl and the boy should be of the same Pravritti. Suppose if the boy is Rakshas Pravritti and then the girl is Deva Pravritti, then the marriage will fail. But if the boy is Rakshas Pravritti and the girl is also Rakshas Pravritti, so both of them can fight, equally, right? The war is equal. Otherwise, the marriage will fail. Prabhupada writes in the same, like that. So that is where I want a Srila Rupa, same, my kind of girl, like that. So Krishna told the day after tomorrow he will come. So Prabhupada writes, just see. If we had put an advertisement seeking a girl, all, even South Indians also, if you, apna khud kaale rehte hain, but they want a fair, beautiful girl. A fair, beautiful girl. So, you never know, like that. Once, nowadays, once, one policeman came to beauty parlor. आपका ये डिम्पल, आपका नाम है डिम्पल? हाँ, आपने कल्पना का मेकअप किया है? या आपको मेकअप चाहिए? मैरिज का? नहीं, आपका अरेस्ट वारंट निकला है। क्या हुआ? आप कल्पना का मेकअप किया, जब मेकअप निकाला तो हार्ट अटैक आके मर गए। FIR फाइल किया है तुम्हारा। makeup. One girl was, vidai में रोते हैं ना? The girl is crying, मम्मी ये लोग मुझे 6 बजे उठाएंगे, क्योंकि वो घर पे 10 बजे उठने का आदत है, राइट? एक लड़की फोन करके बोलती है, मम्मी कैसे लोगों के घर में आपने शादी करवाए? क्यों, क्या हुआ? इतना अनाड़ी लोग है, टाइम देखना भी नहीं आता है। सास आके उठाती है, ए उठो, टाइम कितना हुआ पूछती है। मैं बोलता हूँ अरे घड़ी देखो ना। सास ससुर आके उठाता है, ए उठो, टाइम देखो, टाइम कितना हुआ देखो। ऐसा बोलते हैं, उनको मालूम है टाइम भी ऐसा। मम्मी आजकल का ट्रेनिंग। तो वो लड़की बोलती है, मम्मी छोटा कपड़ा पहनने नहीं देंगे, सबको रोटी पकाना पड़ता है मम्मी। सो रो रहे। फिर मम्मी बोलती है, ज़्यादा मत रोना, मेकअप चला जाएगा, इधर ही छोड़ के चला जाएंगे। Like that. Anyway, so Prabhupada writes, if you had put an advertisement or some marriage broker, you could have find some girl, some sage's daughter, and because he approached Krishna, Krishna chosen a emperor's daughter. Empress daughter. And not only she is beautiful, she was so extraordinarily beautiful that one day she was playing on the terrace of her palace, and one Vishwadeva or some Gandharva, he was going in the airplane, seeing her beautiful feet, he fell down from the airplane. Can you imagine? She was so beautiful. And she was same type of Kardama Muni, so very respectful, chaste. उसका तो jackpot लग गया, right? Devoti. So Prabhupada writes, in our ordinary, we cannot be on the stage of Kardama Muni to ask Krishna, but in all our ordinary dealings, we should actually consult Krishna. We should pray to Krishna and then seek the guidance of devotees and Krishna. We should not be on our own, trying to select our own boy or one girl. You never know, Kyo, Mithun?
But sometimes it happens.
It's all jackpot, Anyway, then it's a long story, to cut short. And then, she served him nicely and all that. And then the husband is very pleased with her. Then what do you want? Then she said, I want Anga Sangam. Then he told that you don't know your husband. I will show you something. What is that? Fearlessness. When I reading that, I was thinking how important, it is fearlessness in this world. How fearful we are. Then after doing tapasya for 10,000 years and all, he achieved fearlessness. Then, anyway, to cut the story short, you can read very beautiful, I was immersed in ecstasy while reading the entire pastime. So then, Kardama Muni, later on, Krishna blessed him. क्या हुआ? हाँ? हाँ? 7:30. किसका लेक्चर है? अरे wherever you go आप लोग आ जाते हैं. आप लोगों का लेक्चर शंकर हॉल में है ना? हाँ? फिर इधर आ जाएगा. ऐसा कोई रूल है क्या? Wherever we go, we have to give you. And what is that? Then Lord Kapila, then he instructed, because later on, of course, even though such a beautiful wife, children and all, and the God himself became his son, still Kardama Muni was following so perfectly all the Varnashram system and all. He wanted to take sannyas. Right? So what is the instruction of Lord Kapila to Kardama Muni? You go all around and give Abhaya Pradhan. You give the Abhaya Pradhan. You give Abhaya Pradhan. So that's what Prabhupada has done. That is, Prabhupada says, that is the duty of a sannyasi. What is that? Abhaya Pradhan. Right? So, it is the duty of all our devotees, right, to give benediction of fearlessness to people. So, how do we give fearlessness to people? Huh?
By preaching Krishna consciousness.
Huh? We should teach them how to take shelter of
Lotus feet of Krishna.
lotus feet of Krishna. So how do you get the mercy of Krishna? Huh? Huh? How do you get the mercy of Krishna? You tell? Huh?
By following 4 regulative principles.
I did ask you? When I ask you, you tell. Who will tell? You want to tell? How do you get the mercy of Krishna? Say, no, so much I spoke.
Controlling our senses.
Yeah. Then?
Being free, following the regulated principles of freedom.
Very good. Get the mercy of Krishna. By receiving mercy of Krishna, what will happen?
You
We
will be
become
fearless.
fearless.
Huh? You become happy. You know? Prasade sarva dukkhanam. You become free from all dukkha. Then your cheta, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rashyopa jayate. Prasanna chetaso hi ashu. Your chitta will become prasanna. So, as long as we indulge in sense enjoyment, sense gratification, don't expect fearlessness. Because there will be fearfulness, because there is always competition for sense enjoyment. Right? Always competition. Because resources are limited. Then suppose somebody wants to become Prime Minister, then he wants to satisfy his senses. There is only one post. It's not like that everywhere, even in the companies also. There is only one post of Managing Director. You want to become Managing Director, then there is a fight. And then everybody is fearful in this world. As long as you want to indulge in sense enjoyment, there is a cause of fear. That is why hit them where it hurts. Like Prabhupada, Krishna said, you want to become happy? Then control your senses. Become free from raga and dvesha. Right? Raga and dvesha. So that is why Lord Shiva says, etat rupam anudhyayam atmashuddham abhipsita bhakti yoga abhayada swadharma parinistaya bhakti yoga abhayada. So this bhakti yoga will give abhaya pradhan. Abhaya pradhan. So even devotees' life also, we should be very careful to control our senses. If you read Prajahati Yada Kaman verse onwards up to last verse, 72 verse, all the verses, Krishna is stressing upon indriya, sense control. So, control your senses, control your senses. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha. Right? Vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Yukta asita matpara. Right? So control your senses and fix your consciousness in me. Krishna is saying, Vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. Krishna is saying, Yatato hi api kaunteya purushasya vipaschita indriyani pramadini haranti prashabam manaha. Even a man of good intelligence, his senses are very strong. Even a man of good intelligence, they can get diverted. Senses are very strong. Then Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopiyasya param drishtva nivartate. So if you develop taste for Krishna Katha, if you develop taste for hearing about Krishna, you develop the taste for chanting the holy names of Krishna, dancing. You develop the taste for having darshan of the Lord, right? Darshan of the Lord. So slowly, that is why Lord Kapila says in the third canto Bhagavatam, Maidishnya darshana sparsha, puja stuti abhivandanai. Abhivandanai bhuteshu madbhavanaya sattve asangamenecha. Krishna is saying that Madishna means my deity. Statue Prabhupada, right? My deity. You should touch my deity. Darshana. You must take my darshan. You must take my darshan. Then you must touch my deity. Sparsha. Right? Prabhupada writes, those who are pujaris, they can touch the lotus feet of Krishna. Those who are not able to go inside, those who are having deity at home, they can, every day, those who are having deities, you can actually have a photograph, and then offer tulsi with chandan to the lotus feet of Krishna and chant Ainanda Tanuja. Then before starting your worship, keep your head at the lotus feet of Krishna, and then you say, my dear Lord, life after life, I am entering this cycle of birth and death, and I am always fearful of death. So I am keeping my head at your lotus feet and praying, my dear Lord, please make me free from this fear of death. And you are the only one who can do that. Krishna is the only one in this entire universe who can make us, free from fear of death. That's why you can keep your head at the lotus feet of Krishna and then pray. I will quote that. This is Krishna himself says this verse. From 11th canto Bhagavatam. I will give you that verse. Every day you must touch your head to the lotus feet of Krishna and then pray, my dear Lord, I am suffering because of going through this cycle of birth and death, and I am always afraid of death. So Devaki also prays that, my dear Lord, so many people, yogis and jnanis and all, they do so much yajnas and so many yogas and all these things, but they are not afraid of death. They are not becoming free from death, the fear of death. But if they take shelter of your lotus feet, they can immediately become free from fear of death. Everybody, they are going from one planet to another planet to escape from the fear of death. So it is not ordinary thing, This fear of death is very dangerous. Everybody, we are all afraid. But by the mercy of Prabhupada, we can become fearless. Right? There is nothing to be. Sometimes I pray, my dear Lord, please take me back. Bas bahut ho gaya. Give me birth in a Vaishnava family, where I can lead a life of free from sin. Otherwise, kitna ganda kaam karke aaye hain hum. So I'm praying to Krishna, like that. Give me very nice birth where I can remember your lotus feet all the time, like that. So not to be afraid of death. A devotee should not be, afraid of anything. Kya hota hai, because consider Krishna as your friend. Right? Krishna says, I am your friend. We should also think, right? Krishna is my friend. Huh? Krishna is my friend. So consider Krishna as your friend. Then what is the symptom of friendship with Krishna? Vishwasam Sakhya Lakshanam. Right? Vishwasam Sakhya Lakshanam. Having unflinching faith in Krishna, that there is a feeling, whatever happens, it happens for good. Right? You conclude like that. But a devotee thinks, uh, by the mercy of Krishna, everything is good. Not that something happens and you think like that. So, we have today Ashadha Ekadasi. Tukaram also, very famous Tukaram. Tukaram is, you will be very surprised. आज माला नहीं लाया तुम लोग? हाँ? Every time 3-4 माला आ जाते हैं, हाँ? So this Tukaram, a very great devotee, you'll be very surprised to know, he himself mentions that Lord Chaitanya has given him initiation in the dream. So before Lord Chaitanya appeared to him and he said, you do this Sankirtan. Right? That's why Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that their method of chanting and our method of chanting are the same. Right? So these Varkari Sampradaya, they go. Right? They go. Huh? So once Tukaram, he was so fed up with this family life. He had wife, children, Avali. Right? Avali. He's so fed up. Bhamar Parvat. He went up there. Bhamani, right? Later on Bandar. First Bhamani, something, there is one Parvat. He went up there. Then he was simply chanting and hearing and meditation and all that. Then for 12 days, he was simply sitting and meditating on Krishna's lotus feet. He said, my dear Lord, I am so fed up with this, my material life, family life, children, promissory notes, debtors, property deals, all that I am so fed up. Please make me free from all these entanglements. I'm just, want to take shelter of your lotus feet. Then he was constantly crying and crying. Then suddenly Lord Vithala appeared. Then his brother, younger brother, Kanuba, he was searching and searching and searching. Then he said, unless I find my brother, I will not drink water, I will not eat food. So for 12 days, he was fasting, not even drinking water, everywhere searching, where is my brother, where is my brother, where is my brother. And then suddenly he went up that hill. Then he saw, Lord Vithala embracing Tukaram. So just see, Kanuba, he was so fortunate. He was not chanting or dancing and all. Just because he was the brother of Tukaram, he got darshan of the Lord. Right? Then the Lord told him that you go for your sake only. I appeared as Rukmini and Vithala in a Dehu on the bank of Indrayani river. Go and worship me there. So then he comes back. His father was a very rich man. Then he gave loans to many people. So he had promissory notes. Promissory notes bolte hai na? Promissory notes. So many, so much like that. So after Tukaram, after reaching Dehu, he called, he said that, bring all those promissory notes. He said, what happened? Kanuba asked, what are you going to do with them? Because I am having these promissory notes, I am always thinking, this man will bring today this money, that man will bring money today this. So because of that, my thinking of Krishna's lotus feet became interrupted. I want to throw them in the water, Indrayani river, so that I don't have to bother about receiving money from anybody. I can't demand any money from anybody. Like that. Then Kanoba said, you have wife and children, I have wife and children. How will I take all the responsibility? Then Tukaram said, bring those promissory notes. Said, Adha kiya. Now you take care of the family and all that. You collect money, whatever. So he took his share of promissory notes. Then he threw them in the Indrayani river. आप लोग भी ऐसा मत करो. First to develop devotion. Right? Then he became very free. So every day he would go to the temple and simply chant and dance. Rukmini Vittal temple. Vittal Rukmini bolte hai na? Vittal Rukmini temple. Vittal Rukmini or Rukmini Vittal? In Dehu, Vittal Rukmini, I think. Yeah, right? Yeah, Vittal Rukmini. So one day he was going. One rich farmer, he had to go somewhere. Right? He had to go somewhere. Then he called Tukaram that, you are jobless. You also need some grains and money and all. So please, I am going out. My farm, my crop has come to, it's almost about to be cut. So you do one thing. You take care of my farm. I will give you 1 mound of rice grains as a salary. Right? Then he said, okay. So he was sitting there, he was chanting, Vittal, 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 Panduranga, Vittal, Ram Hari, like that. Then some birds had come. He said, look out for the birds, he said. That farmer. He said, look out for the birds. He said, okay. Then he saw, if the birds don't eat the grains, they will die. How much they will eat? Then he called the birds. Then eat. Then he saw one very beautiful thing about the birds, They were coming and eating, but they were not carrying in 1 grain also with them. Then he said, these birds are better than, human beings. They are not stalking. Like that. How much they can eat? Like that. So, every day he was looking, they are all God's property and they are all God's children. If the birds, they don't drink water, they don't eat grains, they will die. I will get pap, like that. So every day the birds are coming and eating grains and all. So then one day a farmer came, said, now the time must be ripe, so I will cut the grains and then sell in the market and then I will get profit. Like that. Then he said, okay, I will. He came. When he came, he had a heart attack. Nothing was there. Corn, corn. He was producing corn and some grains, some chawal and all finished. All finished. Now what to do? He was so furious and he was very angry. He said, what kind of person you are? Then he said, what to do? These birds, they are God's children. If I don't allow them, they will die. Already there is famine and all that. So what to do? Like that. Then he was taken to Panchayat. Right? He was taken to Panchayat. In that Panchayat, they asked him. So Tukaram is not like us, telling lies and all. He said, see, he told, look out for the birds. So I was looking out for the birds. So then they asked him, the farmer, how much usually you produce? He said, 2 quintal every year. 2 quintal it is. Then they ordered that Tukaram should mortgage his house and pay him, the losses, because, he has agreed. He agreed? Yeah, like that. So wife has started crying. Now already in debt, so now a house also has to be mortgaged and all that. Then Tukaram said, okay. So he gave promissory note, mortgage. Very innocent, Then Tukaram, they wanted to do a survey. Actually, how much, it can be produced, what is telling the truth and all that. Like that. So all the panchayat officers and all, they went. When they went, to their shock, the entire field was full with crop. He said 2 quintals, now at least 15 to 20 quintals crop, and highest quality crop. Then they said, so you are saying, all these things, what is this? Yeah, what I just told was true. Like that. Then they said, you take 2 quintal, then remaining you give it to Tukaram. It belongs to Tukaram, like that. And then they gave it to Tukaram. Tukaram gave everything in charity. Then the wife came to, when somebody told like this, then he said, give back the promissory note. Give back the. So they gave back the promissory note, mortgage, Garka mortgage ka. Then the word has reached the ears of Avali that, Tukaram got, huge, stock of grains. Then Tukaram said, hey, this doesn't belong to me, I am giving it to the temple. I am giving it in charity. Then the panchayat, he said, okay, let us take it and then give it to we'll distribute it, to the poor people and all that. Like that. So one day, the Tukaram was doing bhajan in the temple, and the temple is in a very bad condition. Then he said, I will repair. So he has no money, but somehow or other he used, he collected some people, and then they started the work. Then Vittal has to come. Lord Vittala came in the dream of that panchayat, fellow, and then he said, actually all the grains that you collected, you kept in the godown, they belong to Tukaram. He is struggling to build the temple. You sell off all the grains, and with that money you renovate the temple. And then with that money they renovated the temple. All that. So it's going on. One day, he became fed up with wife. Kich bolte hai na? Huh? Kich or kit? Huh? Kit. Huh? एक वाइफ हस्बैंड को बोलती है, ये मैं क्या सुन रहा हूँ? मुझे क्या मालूम तुम क्या सुन रही हो? 15 साल हो गया, मेरा कभी सुना है क्या तुमने? मैं वाइफ बोलती तुमसे बात करना ही बेकार है. अरे पूरा काम छोड़ के मेरे पास आई. एनीवे किच उसको सहन नहीं हुआ, वो भंडारा पर्वत के ऊपर चला गया. सो होल डे he would sit and chant. Whole day he would sit and chant. Then Haveli, whatever it is, she used to give galis to Kaliya. Because of this Kaliya, my life is destroyed. My husband, became intoxicated with this bhakti or whatever. He doesn't do any work. Everything I have to take care. He goes on giving galis to Kalia. All the time she is giving to Kalia. But she would never say one word. Husband, she won't give any galis to her husband because usko, husband is God. one girl was asking, one lady was asking, oh Bhagwan, आपका दर्शन कब देंगे? Bhagwan asked, are you married? Yeah, last 15 years. So, Bhagwan, आप कब दर्शन देंगे? Bhagwan, are you married? Yeah, 15 साल से. Again and again. अरे बाबा, already your Bhagwan is there. Patidev. Anyway, so Patidev, बहुत ही प्यार था उसको, तुकाराम. So for 12 miles she had to climb and give food, Wherever he would be there, she would search for him, and then she would cook some prasad, some roti and all, and then she would climb 12 miles. ऐसा नहीं कि भूखा मर जाओ. मेरे को क्या है, मेरे को सीरियल देखना है. ऐसा बोलने वाली नहीं है. आजकल तो गर्म करके खा लो, मेरे को क्योंकि सास बहू देखना है. ऐसा है, राइट? डोंट डिस्टर्ब मी, आई एम बिजी. क्या होगा? क्या नाम है उसका? सीरियल का वो नाम, इसका लड़की का, हाँ, स्मृति ईरानी. क्या, कौन सा रोल किया? हाँ, नहीं, क्या उसका नाम क्या था? तुलसी. हाँ, अभी तुलसी का क्या होगा? जटानी विष देगा क्या? ऐसा ही चलता है ना. कितना इतना. Anyway, let's not go into it. So she was not like that, always dedicated to her husband. Once she was climbing. She was giving galis on the way. कालिया के वजह से इतना प्रॉब्लम, मेरा हस्बैंड पागल हो गया, उसके पीछे ये वो ऐसा करके गाली दे देते उसको बहुत भयंकर तौर कांटा घुस गया था उसके पैर में. कांटा घुस गया तो उसको blood started flowing. Then she was so careful not to pray to Kalia. If Kalia comes and sees me, then he will be very happy. He will say, because you are giving galis to Besi, you are punished. Like that. That's why I will not pray to Kalia. Like that, she was very, very particular not to pray to Kalia. Like that. But problem is, Kalia has to come, Vithala has to come. Because if she doesn't reach on time, he was thinking, my devotee will suffer, from hunger. What to do? Then, Vithala appeared. Vithala appeared. Then she asked, why did you come? Sorry, I want to, do, ilaj for your leg, foot. I said, no, you don't, because of you, it's all. Then Krishna told her, he gave a good logic. See, on the tree, there is a fruit. The fruit has ripened. Then air came and then touched. Touched and the fruit fell. Everybody thinks that the fruit fell because air touched, but air is the cause of fruit falling. But actually it is not true. The fruit became ripened. But everybody says air is the cause. In the same way, his devotion became ripened. I am not the cause of your husband madness and all. Why are you blaming me? Krishna asked Avali, what is my mistake? मेरे को क्यों गाली देती रहती हो हमेशा? It's all because of you. I said, kaisa? See, then he gave this example. See, you can't blame me because I gave him, and so entire 10 quintal grains. Oh, दान दे दिया, मेरा क्या गलती है? I made all those people to give promissory notes. He threw it in the Indrayani river. I didn't tell him to throw in the Indrayani river. He threw. So, मेरे को क्यों blame करती हो? No. Then he said, don't touch my leg, don't touch my leg. Then Krishna told him, see, bechari, pagali, so your husband is going hungry there. So you need to go there. You want to go there or not? Like that. So meanwhile, the water pot, the pot she was carrying, it fell and then the water broke. Like that. Then he bandaged, he put bandage and all that, he put some Ayurvedic dawa and all. Then he took her up. Then there, Tukaram, when he saw the drish, he was completely shocked. Sun and the moon came together, fire and the water came together. How, morning and night came together. I saw, he could not believe his eyes. What is happening? What is happening? So, the devotee who wrote that book, he was discussing how it is that, Avali got darshan of, Vitthal, so many people, she has no regard, kadar nahi hai, like that. Then Tukaram was in ecstasy. Then he said, what can I say? Like that. And then he offered prayers and all. No, we don't have time. Very wonderful prayers he offered. Then he told, Tukaram told, please serve Vitthal. She brought only one roti and little sabji, for Tukaram. देखो, मेरा हस्बैंड को खिलाना चाहती हूँ, ये कालिया आ गया, इसको खिला दूंगी तो मेरा हस्बैंड क्या खाएगा? ऐसा करके गाली देते हुए उसको very, without any, so much, desiring, complaining, she served roti. Can you imagine? Havali ka haath ka roti khaya. Vitthal. So Vitthal said, very nice. Very nice. अच्छा है, मेरा भी husband क्या खाएगा? She was giving galis to Vitthal. Then Krishna filled the entire basket with delicious foodstuffs. So Tukaram said, give me also some food. अभी क्या बचा है? Tukaram said, Krishna told, देखो ना कुछ तो बचा होगा, देखा तो बाप रे, entire basket is filled with so delicious foodstuffs. Krishna, prepared, Lakshmi Devi prepared, like that. Then Tukaram was so much in ecstasy, he was eating entire food, he finished. Then थोड़ा मिर्ची लग गया होगा, पानी, अरे पानी तो गिर गया, किधर है? Then Krishna told, take out this stone, you will find water. There you took out the stone, and then there is beautiful water, tasty water, and then she served and all that. Then Tukaram prayed to Lord Vitthal. Lord Vitthal told, see, you have devotion to me. It doesn't mean that you trouble others. Right? You trouble others. Right? So, Nishevatena Animittena Swadharmena Mahiyasa Kriya Yogena Sastena Nati Himshrena Nityasaha. Lord Krishna says in 3rd canto, 29th chapter, Nishevatena Animittena, without attachment, do your activities. Then Swadharmena Mahiyasa. Mahiyasa, Prabhupada translated, glorious Swadharma. You perform your glorious occupation duties. Kriya Yogena Sastena. You perform auspicious devotional service. Auspicious devotional service. And then Na Ati Himshrena Nityasaha. Without committing too much violence, perform your activities. Right? Remember this, while doing devotional service, we should not cause pain, so much to others. make sure that other devotees are not pained, other living entities are not pained. Be conscious. Krishna likes that. We will tell something somewhere sometime. Krishna likes that if you are very cautious not to cause pain by your mind, words, and body to others, then Narada Muni says that is the highest dharma, is perform your dharma without causing pain to others with with mind, body, and words. In mind also don't think of ill of others. Once I had this experience. Once I was dressing the Radharani. Previously I used to do every day Radha Ras Bihari. So I was dressing Radharani. So I had some fight with some devotee. Some anban ho gaya. So I was cursing him while dressing. And then I was using pin, for putting the pin in the hair. Then I had to lift like this and put the pin. At that time, pin, a very sharp pin, like this much long pin. It entered my finger. The blood started coming. The pin has pierced my finger, but I felt Radharani slapped me. I felt pain here. Then I came back, what I'm doing, while dressing Radharani, I was cursing somebody else. Then I was very careful, like that. So they don't like, if you think of ill of others, curse others, right? So we like that. So Lord Vittala told, please, your wife has to walk 12 miles every day, for feeding you. Stay at home and perform your devotional service. You don't have to sit there. So the devotee who wrote the comment, he says, how fortunate, that Bandara mountain where Krishna's lotus feet has imprinted, how Krishna created water, Krishna, created food, and all that. Then Tukaram fell at the lotus feet of Krishna and then offered prayers. Then he said, then Krishna asked, if you want any benediction, you ask me. Then Tukaram said, I want only one benediction. Think of your lotus feet all the time. Right? We should also ask, only one benediction from Krishna. What is that? Mukunda Murna Pranipatya Yache Bhavantam Ekantamartham Avismati Swacharnar Vindayo Bhave Mestu Bhavat Prasadat. My dear Lord, I have only one desire. I am keeping my head at your lotus feet and praying. Life after life, wherever I am, please give me this benediction that I can think of your lotus feet all the time. Like that. Okay, granted. Anyway, I want to finish. Must be getting late. Then one day, Krishna came in the dream of Tukaram. So Tukaram, meanwhile, he was reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Rama and Mahabharata. Then he understood all the scriptures. Then Krishna told him, now you should perform your duty. Why you came here? I want you to write bhajans and then sing and do this prachar. Like that. So Krishna ordered him. Then he started writing all the abhangas, beautiful abhangas. Then the whole Maharashtra was spread and some people have become, envious. Then there is one villager, one Brahmin Pandit. Then Tukaram became very upset and then he threw all the abhangas in the Indrani river. But they didn't become spoiled. They all came back. And then finally Krishna came to take him. Avali said, I have to take care of the buffalo. She stayed back. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, comments? Yeah?
Rudy, you talk so much about fearlessness. So what are the symptoms of fearlessness? Sometimes, as you said that we should...
You are joyful.
Sometimes you said that devotee should not be fearful from death. But we actually don't know death out of ignorance. So we ignore it, like, kya hoga death? Like, sometimes it's my like, I don't have knowledge of...
Why are you studying CA? Because you are afraid of death. Right? Huh?
I did not get it.
You are studying CA so that you thinking I will get a job and then I will get salary so that I can eat, and otherwise if I don't get salary I won't eat, then I will die. Right? That is the main cause of your studying CA. Otherwise there is no need. If you have faith in Krishna that Krishna will supply, there is no need. Huh?
Probably you said Bakasur represents hypocrisy.
Yeah.
What about Putna and Adapur?
Putana represents false guru.
False?
False guru. Agasura, sin personified. Sin. So Jagannath, the Rath Yatra, Lord Jagannath will be there another 3-4 days. 9th, right? Or last?
9th.
Up to 9th, right? So you can perform Aarti. 7,500 rupees donation. Shankar is there. Tomorrow is going Kolkata. Maharaj ka Tirubhav Tithi attend karne ke liye. So send money to him or through already group our account. So if anybody wants to do Aarti, they can do, right? Then we have Janmashtami is coming. Loosen your purse strings. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना? Loosen your Krishna's mercy. We got very big donation. One devotee gave 6 lakh rupees. Now we got around 13 or 14 lakhs. Tomorrow I'm going to deposit. So Krishna's mercy is there. So you join, you also get the mercy of Krishna. Radha Ras Bihari. हम ये साल भी first आना है. So we have 2 types of kalash, but I prefer that you do only one. 1 lakh वाला ही kalash करो, क्योंकि जन्माष्टमी का दिन. Otherwise, one day before we are doing one kalash, 51,000. That is on 15th. Then 16th is because too much rush, too many people. So this time आराम से कलश हो जाएगा. We are expecting only 200 to 300 kalash. So आराम से. Then for 1 lakh rupees kalash, we do in the Julan, we do special puja. Then they get a chance to offer aarti there, and then special puja, and then they will come आराम से. मेरा डोनर के लिए 2-3 बार चांस दे देगा कलश अभिषेक करने के लिए. हमें इधर like that. So that is 1 lakh. So then there is a dress sponsor is there. Of course you are doing na Alka. Huh? She is sponsoring Prabhupada Appearance Day and Janmashtami Mangalarti dress. Anyway, please come forward. Our Subhash Palanji, every year Dwaja sponsorer. We have our Shivani Ahuja. First time she came. Since so many days, I've been telling, please come, please come. Ultimately, she agreed. Okay, this guy is always saying. So say Hare Krishna once for her. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. 3 times Hari Bol. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Prashad किधर है? इधर ही है? हाँ? इधर ही है? Sir, please go for Prashad.
Hare Krishna, only by simply telling Hare Krishna Mama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
और श्रीनाथ कृष्ण प्रभु, he is sponsoring 5 kalash. Every year he does.